My girlfriend kept kicking me off my Spotify every morning, and I finally realized why. My girlfriend kicks me off my Spotify every morning, and I weirdly love it. I leave for work at 5:45 a.m. while she's still asleep. By 6:30, I'm at my desk with headphones on, office quiet, coffee brewing. Then at 7:12 a.m., my music stops, and a notification says, playing on living room speaker. She's awake. We share my premium because she refuses to pay for her own. She says $11 a month is a waste when mine works fine. Most people would be annoyed, but I started opening the app to see what she put on the second she kicked me off. At first, it was just curiosity. Then it turned into my favorite part of the morning. One day it was Lover by Taylor Swift. Another day, At Last by Etta James. She played Better Together 3 times in a row once, like she was trying to drill it into the walls. I started writing the titles in my notes during lunch, like a secret playlist I wasn't supposed to have. After a few weeks, I noticed the pattern. Every song was about forever, staying, choosing each other. No breakup songs, no angry songs, nothing about being alone, just love songs, over and over, like a steady signal. And here's the part she didn't know. I'd been planning to propose for 2 months. I already had the ring, a vintage sapphire her grandmother wore. Her mom gave it to me after I asked for her blessing. I picked next Saturday at the park where we first met, and I even booked a photographer to be nearby at 6 p.m. I had a whole plan in my head, where we'd walk, where we'd stop, what I'd say. Then last Tuesday I came home early. She was in the shower and her phone was on the kitchen counter, unlocked, Spotify open. I wasn't trying to snoop, I just saw the screen and froze. There was a private playlist titled If He Asks. My hand shook when I tapped it. 47 songs popped up, and I recognized them instantly. Every single morning song I'd been tracking. Marry Me by Train, Amazed by Lone Star, All of Me by John Legend, Thinking Out Loud by Ed Sheeran. It hit me like, oh, this isn't random, this is on purpose, this is for me. Then I scrolled and saw the playlist description, like a note to herself. Songs to remind him I'm ready whenever he is, just in case he needs a sign. I stood there in our kitchen with her phone in my hand, hearing the shower run, and my eyes burned. She'd been sending me messages through my own Spotify account every morning, hoping I'd notice, hoping I'd understand. I put the phone back exactly where it was, like I'd never touched it, and I didn't say a word. That night at dinner, she asked, way too casual, what song were you listening to this morning before I kicked you off? I panicked and said I couldn't remember. She smiled like she did remember, like she was testing me. Then she said, I was listening to Everywhere by Fleetwood Mac, you know it? I nodded, and she held eye contact and said, I want to be with you everywhere. My face got hot and I almost choked on my water. She acted like it was nothing, but it wasn't nothing. After that, the hints got bolder. She'd hum along sometimes like she wanted me to catch up. I'd open my sock drawer and see the ring box and feel my heart jump, like it was getting heavier every day I waited. So I watched even closer. Each morning she'd pick another We're in this together song, and I'd sit at work pretending to type while my stomach flipped. And I kept thinking about my perfect plan for next Saturday, and how she didn't want perfect. She wanted me to choose her now, in real time. So this morning, Monday, at 7:12 a.m., my music cut out again. I opened Spotify and waited for her song to start. It was Can't Help Falling in Love by Elvis. My chest tightened. I could picture her in the living room, hair messy, still half asleep, turning the speaker up. I did something I'd never done before. I added one song to her queue from my computer, Marry You by Bruno Mars. I clicked it and just sat there, staring at my screen like it might explode. 30 seconds later, my phone buzzed. Are you serious right now? Another buzz. Is this your way of asking? Another. Because if it is, you better come home. I grabbed my keys and walked out. I didn't tell my boss. I didn't even shut my monitor off. I just left. The drive felt too long even though it wasn't. My hands were shaking on the wheel. When I got home, the living room speaker was still blasting Marry You. She was standing there in her pajamas with mascara running down her face, holding her phone like she'd been staring at it the whole time. She looked at me like she was scared I'd change my mind. I didn't say anything. I crossed the room, dropped to one knee, and pulled the ring box from my pocket. I flipped it open, and she didn't even let me finish. Yes, she said, fast, like she'd been waiting for that word for weeks. Now my friends are saying I ditched work to propose. Was I wrong?